audio here at Broomstones. So we are joining a little bit about halfway into the first end of the semifinals for the B event. Anyway, we're joining Team Mills and Team Doucette halfway in the first end. Doucette is throwing the yellow stones. Jeff Mills is throwing the red stones. Looks like we have two yellow stones already in the house, in the back of the house. Jeff's calling for about a hack weight throw down the ice. Move some of these back out. Line looks good. Weight looks pretty good. Just curls a little too much at the end and rolls out, leaving yellow still sitting one, possibly two. Doucette calling for the top of the house guard. Stone is away. They seem to think it's a little heavy. The sweepers are nowhere near it right now. And they were waiting on it to curl. It ends up a little light, but still a pretty good guard for a lightweight takeout. You can still probably get through on a heavyweight, but a little risky at this point. Looks like Jeff's going to try to draw in around the other side now. And this is our feature sheet. Sheet 2 is Mills, Doucette. A couple of the other games going on. On Sheet 1, we have Neal versus Connigan. Sheet 3, we have Moorcraft versus McDermott. And Sheet 4, we have Dutch versus, and they're standing in the way of it right now.
Sam, I want to take a second and just say hi and thank you to all of our listeners and the thousands and thousands among you that have been waiting with bated breath for us to come back on the air. Unfortunately, we did have some minor problems with the fact that, well, you couldn't hear us. And we needed to be able to get you a decent setup and have you be able to hear some commentary on what's going on also. And that way we can bring you up to date on what's happening on the other sheets at the same time. So with that, thanks. We'll send you back to Sam as, a nice draw.
So Sheet 4, let's finish that thought. Sheet 4 is Dutch versus Hefner. Jeff has a nice weight on his draw, but it doesn't curl enough. It's wide open for a hit if they decide to do that way. Looks like they might be throwing either a lightweight hit or just drawing in behind cover already. Stone is away. The sweepers are on it the whole way. Looks like they're just trying for the draw. It doesn't have near the weight for a takeout. And they just miss. Jeff's rocking it, slides through the back of the house. guys ever have any questions, feel free to leave questions or comments in the comment section. We'll try to answer them if we see them. That includes any technical issues. So Mills is deciding what ice to throw for. Looks like he's trying to draw to the 4-foot. But I'm sure he wouldn't mind a guard if he's light. So this is Jeff's last rock coming down the ice. He's sitting one currently on the side of the 4, but it is wide open for a hit. He's either trying to guard it, draw in behind cover, or if he's a little light, he can leave it as a guard for his shot rock. And he did throw, he was very light, but it curled a little too much to cover up shot rock, so it's still about 3/4 exposed. They have a chance to hit a double although they don't really need it. They just need to get the shot rock out. So if Doucette can come down and chip that out and stick around for 3, I'm sure he would take that for a first in start. And this is the hammer. So the final rock is away, the sweepers are on it. Now they're pulling off. Line looks good. And he should be chipping. Oh, he didn't have enough weight on it. So he chips and rolls in for his 1. Kind of disappointing because he could have easily had 3 there if he would have knocked that out. But instead, Doucette gets 1 on the first end to lead 1-0 after 1. Quick update around. Connigan scores 1 on sheet 1. Moorcraft scores 2 on sheet 3. And Hefner scores 3 on sheet 1, all in the first end. So here to start the second, we have Doucette's lead is throwing his stone down the ice. Looks like they're calling center guard. Looks like it's hanging out a little bit. I don't know if they're going to come back anywhere near the center line here. But it is a deep guard. I'm sure they can use it later on. Jeff is going to try to throw up the other corner guard, ignoring Doucette's first rock. his sweepers are on it, and they just get it over the hog line. Long guard. In between his center and sweep line. Doucette's asking for the draw around. Or another center guard if he's a little short. The sweepers bring it just into the house, top of the 12, right on the center line. And Jeff is calling for the takeout right away on that. He's away, looks a bit wide. Sweepers are nowhere near it. Might chip the guard. And does, and both stones roll in. And I think Jeff will end up being shot rock out of that. Doucette's calling for the control weight, hit and roll on shot rock. Sweepers are on it right away. Going hard, going hard. Now they pull off. And it looks like they will get a little bit of a roll. Not a lot though. So Doucette's sitting 3, and they're all spread out, so that's not a lot of double opportunity, but they're all just top 12. Jeff's calling for the takeout on the center line, which is, I think, I don't know from my angle if it's first or second shot, but he's calling for the one on the top of the house. And he just wicks the top guard and slides by the shot rock. Doucette just looking to guard. Looks like it might be a bit heavy. Sweepers are on it for a little bit, but not to do a whole lot. And they split off. Promotes the one to the top 8. So now he's sitting 4 without hammer, as the last of the second rocks is about to be thrown. Once again, Jeff's calling for the takeout of the shot rock. Rock's way, line looks a little better, maybe a touch wide, but it's starting to curl. Overall, nice shot. Hit and stick. I'm sure Jeff would have liked a little bit of a roll behind cover, but hits it right on the beak, and it just sits there as shot rock wide open. Doucette's vice. First rock is away, looking to hit. He is definitely a little bit wide. This might go right through both stones here. Just gets a little touch on the red stone and actually knocks it behind cover. So now Jeff is sitting one behind cover. And there's still 3 yellow stones in the top 12. Just thinking about drawing behind that. So he's going to try to draw behind his own rock in the 4-foot. To the 4-foot, I should say. Not concerned at all about the 3 in the top 12. Sweepers are saying it's a little heavy. Now they're sweeping for line since they can take out that 1 on the top 12 and roll over. And it looks like it rolls over to 3rd shot. Kind of sets up a double opportunity, possibly. That's what Doucette's looking at. He's calling for normal weight. Still looking at it. Hasn't fully committed to it yet. And here comes the rock. That needs to curl a little bit. Looks like it's going to slide right on by. And it does. So now Jeff can hit this one and sit possibly 3 with good cover on the shot rock in the 8-foot. Looks like that's what he's going to do. Bit narrow, might rub the guard, just gets by the guard, and bumps the shot rock back to the side of the 4-foot. It's actually probably he probably caught a little bit of a break there. I don't think he was trying to promote that one, but cut in and it actually put it by the 4-foot, making it tough to double out now. Although they can draw down to it and tap it back a little bit. Looks like that's what they're trying to do. He is way narrow. He's going to promote light and narrow. Promotes Jeff's guard now that there's no way to get to that rock in the 4-foot. The guard slides over to guard the top 12 just off the center line, and now the guard that he bumped is guarding the draw down to it. So Jeff's rock in the 4-foot is sitting pretty behind lots of cover. He's just going to try to guard up the port to the button. He's talking about how deep he wants it now, either if he wants it out as a 2-guard or at the 12-foot. Think about maybe bumping theirs back. That's biting the 8. Meanwhile, on sheet 1, Neil throws his hammer and knocks out a yellow stone and sits 3 in the second end. So he scores 3 to make it a 3-1 game. And the hammer is away on sheet 3 as well. We have a hit and stick for 2 for McDermott. Rock's coming in, looks a bit wide. He chips it out but loses a shooter and just sticks around for 1. Meanwhile, on feature sheet, Jeff has thrown his first of Skip's rocks down, and he has a guard just outside the rings, guarding the port. And the final rock is away on sheet 4 as well. Sweepers are on that. Looks like they're just trying to draw in for 1. As yellow has a, that'd be Dutch, or Hefner had a rock on the back 4. And Dutch draws down and sits right on top of it for his 1. All right, back to the feature sheet. We have Doucette throwing his last rock. Looks like he's either explaining to the sweepers or thinking about changing his call. One of the sweepers is on as soon as he lets go. Now the other one joins in. Now they kind of pull off. Looks like he's drawing down or just trying to guard. But it's going to hit that red that Jeff just threw and probably knock it in. Looks like it's going to have enough weight to bump it in. And he does. So now Jeff is sitting 4, and he still has his hammer shot left. If he draws around the left side, he should be fine. He's thinking about hitting the last rock on. Now he's looking at the draw. He just needs full 12. He doesn't need anything more than that. So he can come around that outside and just sit on the outside for the 5th counter. Looks like that's what they're going to do. Peter is setting up almost on the sheet 3 for the draw in on the outside. And here is the hammer shot coming down. Sweepers aren't on it yet. Now they get on it. Got plenty of room on the line. You need to make sure they get it in. Weight looks good. They should have it. And they get a full 12 for 5 points for Jeff Mills in the second end. Just a quick little recap on sheet 1. Neal leads Connigan 3-1 after 2. Mills just takes 5 to now lead 5-1 after 2 over Doucette. Sheet 3, Moorcraft leads McDermott 2-1 after 2. And Hefner leads Dutch 3-1 on sheet 4. Back to the feature sheet. Jeff's calling for the centerline guard. His leads had a little bit of weight problems so far in the early going. He hogged his first stone and then threw 2 that were just barely over the hog line. And then his last shot was a takeout, so he had plenty of weight on that, but I think he came out wide on that. So the ice rock is coming down. He's got it over. He's got a good weight this time. Nice tight guard. It's right on the center line. Doucette's looking to start a corner guard on the left side. So Jeff is going to look to follow that one down, it looks like. Both sweepers are on it now. They pull up. Looks like it'll get around the guard. And it'll slide in nice and give a little tap and get it all the way out. So now that leaves Jeff sitting 2 in the house, and rock his way, looks a little light. Both sweepers are on it hard. Might crash the guard, and just gets by the guard. Good sweeping there. Sits right on top of the pin. Fully buried behind the center guard. And Jeff's going to try to follow it down and just nudge it back again. Rock is away. One of the sweepers saying that it's a little heavy and a little wide. And this one's just going to go right on through without touching anything. So now Doucette pouring over his options, is thinking top 12, top 8. Still thinking. He's wanting to tap Jeff's back out. And he's going back to the top 8, top 12 guard. This will be the last of the second stones for this third end. Rock is away, sweepers are on it. Looks like it might catch the guard again. This one's definitely on the guard. Pull up and taps Jeff's guard up. Not a whole lot though. So now Jeff's looking around thinking about what he needs to throw here. He's going to try to draw up. He's thinking about drawing in and tapping it back. Now he's looking at the angle run back. The angle tap. He's going to tap his one on the top 12 back to the one on the button. Calling for about back line, back 12 weight. The rock is away. Looks a touch wide. And it's just going to chip that one. Just going to wick off. And will the shooter stick around? Yeah, the shooter sticks around in the back 12. But he wicks the one in the top 12 onto the center line. So now there is a staggered pattern of rocks sitting above the one on the button. It's not a good chance that they can throw any kind of hit weight to get to it in one shot. It'll take at least 2 shots to get there. And meanwhile, Doucette is calling for the top 12 guard again. It's a bit wide and maybe a bit heavy. He gets it to the top 8, but it looks a little bit wide, and they can probably still draw down to that, or maybe even try to do the in-off double. But that looks a little tight. Jeff's looking like he's calling for the angle run back double takeout. Calling normal weight. He's going to try to hit the outside of the rock and send the yellow in and have them both spill out. Rock is away, sweepers are on it. Looks like it's curling a little bit too much, and it's gonna come in on the inside. So he gets a hit and roll to top 8, and now we have 4 rocks guarding the rock on the button. Now Doucette's trying to be a little aggressive and calling to take out the one on the back 8 and stick around to be second shot. Now he's changing it up. He's going back just to the draw freeze. Rock is away, sweepers are on it right away. Looks like he has plenty of line. It's starting to cut in, but it looks like it's not going to cut in enough. And he's just going to chip out, just move it a little bit and sit. 4th shot in the back 8. It's Jeff's turn to pour over options again. I don't think he can get to the rock on the button by taking out the guards at this point. Looks like he's going to try to draw it around that right side. Rock is away. Sweepers are on it. Looks again like you have plenty of line. It's a bit light. Rock's coming in. Gets by the one on the 12 and just sits right there, just biting the 8-foot. He can run that one back on an angle raise on his next shot if he so chooses, but looks like Doucette's going to try to guard that option. And maybe just take one and try to get his second counter in on his hammer shot. We have the rock coming down the ice. Sweepers are nowhere near it. Now they get on it. Line looks good. Looks like they're going to have a nice guard for the angle raise here. Now Jeff's pouring over his options one more time. He's got 6 rocks guarding the rock on the button. Not a whole lot of options for him. He can maybe, I don't know if he can get the right angle on this, but he can tap the one back on the top 8. But I don't know if he can get around the 2 rocks on the center line of guards to get around it and get the right angle to tap that back with the right weight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for that slight technical drop, and I had a few things I had to take care of. I've been spending most of the last 24 hours stuck to this table trying to get you voiceover. So we'll return to our previously more accurate views of the world.
Jeff's last rock is away. Sweepers are on it. Looks like it needs to curl just a bit. It's running a little straight on that side. He's going to be light. I think he's just trying to guard the just force Doucette to 1 here. So Doucette will come down with his hammer shot. He still has a little bit of the forefoot exposed on the left side that I think he can get to. So that's what it looks like Doucette's going to do. He's going to try to draw for the little bit of forefoot that he can see. If he gets to the forefoot, he'll score 2 this end. As Doucette will try to claw his way back after giving up the 5-ender in the second end.
He's away.
He's coming down. Line looks pretty good. If they can, yeah, line looks good.
Yeah, weight looks pretty good too.
It's all on the weight now. Sweepers are on it hard.
If he hits the back red
and give up the hammer for the 4th end. Mid 4-1, and
we're off on N4.
looks like it'll have enough to get to the, just to get over and right on the center line.
That pretty well defines a high guard. Dead center and about 8 feet out.
So Jeff looks like he's just going to try to go out to the, play the outside now. Looks a little wide. It looks like it might crash on the center guard that they just threw. He's going to split it off. So now instead of one high center guard, now we have two mid corner guards. So it's looking to place it either trying to draw behind that corner, his now corner guard, or if he's light, he can leave it as a center guard.
Well, as you might be able to tell, ladies and gentlemen, all of our draws are running a little late today. For those of you who are not in the immediate area, among everything else, there's a bunch of snowfall that fell out there today. The roads were pretty slippery and stuff, and I guess it pretty well slowed down people inside too. So I believe we started one draw from yesterday in today. And
we started this draw
running late. So just to say that we will be on the air all the way until the finals, into the finals. We've got a special announced team for the finals itself. Ali and Jake. The Ali show is usually an interesting thing. So, and it will be on our sheet too. So the feature sheet, luckily, turns out to be the one we're going to use.
Meanwhile, the second of the lead stones for Doucette ends up in the house in a top 8, but not buried. So Jeff has thrown the hit on that. Hit and roll under, it looks like. And he gets the hit, and the roll will spill out a little bit outside, but he gets the rock out, and that's the main objective. Doucette's calling for the draw around again. Now he's looking at the hit. He decides he likes the hit better.
Oh, take that in the butt.
Supers are on it right away.
Does it look like he's wide?
Now they pull off.
Very wide.
Yeah, Sweepers jumped on that right away, though, and he was wide.
Yeah,
he's going to slide right by.
Oh, yeah. Because that stone's on the edge of the 8, basically. If you look at it over top, and he came out, I was surprised he even touched the 12-foot coming out there.
Now Jeff's looking to draw behind his corner guard now to split the house for 2. It's a little bit hot. This one's probably going to slide right on through as well.
That looked like it had a lot of weight on it.
Yeah. So
was that supposed to be a draw or a guard or just a...
Yeah, that was supposed to be a draw.
Draw to the hack?
Doucette's going to give this takeout another chance here.
It's a little better line.
Sweepers are not on it this time. Still looks a little wide to me.
Still wide. Yeah. We saw the skip just spread those arms wide going, no. Actually, it came by even wider than the one before it. Not by much, but...
Yeah, shooter is still in disbelief that didn't curl.
I believe the skip called a few deities in the process.
So Jeff's going to try to draw behind his cover guard again. Weight looks a little better. I don't know if it's still good enough.
It looks
it's
heavy.
It's still heavy, but
oh man,
not as heavy, but still too heavy. And it just slides out the back of the house.
Yeah, when the opposing skip doesn't even bother, it's too heavy.
So it's going to give Doucette a third crack at this hit and roll, and this time he's lining up the broom right on the nose of the rock. He's Weiss is asking to make sure that that's the broom he wants, and Doucette says yes. This one's still a bit wide. It's going to get a little piece, but definitely not enough. Now he hits it.
Definitely kicking it in a bit.
Yeah, he kicks it a little bit behind cover.
We've both played that sheet not that long ago. Does it fall that much on that side?
I didn't think so at all.
I mean, outsides are outsides, but that's 3 shots down that side. Not one of them. You know, either he's calling a really, really strange broom, or
well, that time he put the broom right on the nose. So I don't know if his shooters are giving a little push as they let go or what. I mean, it's definitely not curling for them. So that just gives Jeff another chance to draw behind his own corner guard again, and this time the weight looks good.
Yeah, they're sweeping this time as opposed to just trying to make a backdraft.
So he puts it just behind the tee line.
Just a little far.
But it's behind cover. And
it's also behind the tee line.
It's behind the tee line now. So now Doucette says, let's not hit anymore. Let's try to draw down and sit on top of that. The one that Jeff just threw into the back 8 there. Rock is away, sweepers jump on it right away. And they are on it, still on it. This looks a little light. Shooter gets up and joins in on the sweeping. And they just get it across the hog line. So this one coming down looks a bit light too. They're just going to get over the hog line. It's not going to do a whole lot more than that. They're going to give a little rub and split it off just a bit. So now we have 4 long, 2 mid guards, but really 4 long guards all across the sheet here. It's going to make for still a port to draw through on the left side. That's what Doucette's looking at right now. Doucette's looking to draw behind the 2 center guards. Rock is away. He looks a little narrow. The sweepers are on it trying to hold the line. But he's definitely going to run into his own, and he might promote it up enough. But it's going to over curl past that as well and across the center line.
Really, really light.
And so now we have another center guard. Very high. Meanwhile, on sheet 4, Dutch is throwing his hammer shot shooting against 5. Hefner has 5 rocks in the top of the house. And they are all counting. And Dutch misses on his shot, so Hefner will score 5 on sheet 4 to go up 11-1. And they're going to go ahead and do handshakes on sheet 4 after 4 ends. Hefner will win that one 11-1 over Dutch. So now it's going to be Jeff's turn to try to come down and draw behind and sit 3 in the house. Rock is away. Looks a bit heavy and a bit wide. It's going to crash on his corner guard. So Doucette with this final rock will try one more time to draw behind cover and sit shot rock. Otherwise, if he doesn't get in the house, Jeff will have a couple options if the port is guarded to raise one of his on the left side, one of his corner guards on the left side for 3. Rock is away. Needs to curl. It's running a little straight and it's going to hit Jeff's corner guard that he just threw. And open up a wide open port for Jeff to draw for 3.
He's gotten really light. Both those shots were 8 feet short of the house?
Yeah, they were pretty short. And that one, he got it out wide and just kind of hung out there, too. It didn't really curl a whole lot for being light. So Jeff is going to have a wide open draw for 3. Anywhere in the house will do it. He's got a fairly big port to go through. Shouldn't be a problem, but the way this ice is acting, it might.
You never know. Shot ain't done till it hits the paint.
Right.
There's a lot of fodder out there, too.
Stone is away. Line looks good. It's all about weight. He's through the port. And they should have enough to get it in the house. So Jeff will take a 3-ender here.
He's good.
To go up 8-2 over Doucette after 4. So just to update the other sheets, sheet 1, Connigan scores 1 and is now trailing Neal 4-2 after 4. And Moorcraft steals 1 in the 4th to go up 5-1 over McDermott. And as previously mentioned, Hefner over Dutch 11-1.
11.
With handshakes. Here in the fifth, first rock is away. Sweepers think the weight is pretty good. Looks like it might just coast into the top 12, top 8. But being up 8-2, that's not a bad shot.
Well, Sam, you know, me and you both know that a 6-point lead doesn't mean a whole bunch all the time.
True. But playing with the lead, I don't think you want to set up guards so that your opponents can draw around later on.
I think he's probably playing more of an old-time game, which is when you're this far behind, you pour everything within a foot of the front of the rings, because anything that's too far out, you can't make a point out of, and anything that's too far in is just going to get taken out.
So Doucette comes down and bumps Jeff's rock back about to the side of the 4 foot, but still in front of the tee line. And now Jeff's just saying, let's take this out, asking his shooter which handle he'd prefer. Looks like he's going to go with the intern. Rock is away. Looks like he gave it a little push out wide. It's gonna flash by. It might come in a little bit and just chip, but I don't think it's gonna go all the way out.
He's going to tip it.
He got a lot more than I thought he was gonna get. My apologies. So he does take it out and sits around, and he rolls out to the side of the 12 and sits too. So Doucette's going to call for a control weight takeout. Looks like it's going to be spot on. Sweepers don't touch it at all, and it hits right on the nose and hits and sticks. The top 8 for shot rock. It looks like we have handshakes on sheet 3 as well. I didn't see how the end turned out, but I'm going to assume that Moorcraft took a bunch and McDermott has decided to call it a night. So this one looks a little narrow. They're sweeping, trying to hold the line on sheet 2 here. He's going to chip, and will he keep the shooter? Doesn't look like it. Shooter's going to roll out, just leaving the redstone in the side of the 12 foot. So this one looks like it's going to coast a little bit behind the tee line. Jeff's going to see how far out he can get it. And he's going to leave it in the back 12. No hesitation, he calls for the hit.
I don't think you'll see the end of that score.
Sheet 3?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not something you're going to post.
I didn't see how many there was on it, but when I saw handshakes, knew it had to be more craft. Took a bunch. So this rock is away. It needs to curl a little bit. And looks like it might catch just a piece.
No, flash.
No, just flashes right by it. He's going to leave Doucette with a little bit of options. He's looking to go front 8 on the opposite side, split the house. Now he's thinking maybe he's going to try to sit on top of the redstone and the side of the 12. Sweeper's gone on it pretty much right away, and now they're off. Needs to curl a little more for them to sit on it.
Should take himself out.
And it looks heavy too.
Yeah. He's by it. He flashed his too. Just by a little bit.
Just flashed his own. Way heavy on that draw. So it'll give Jeff another crack at the takeout here if he.
Well,
he's thinking about it this time.
I'll tell you one thing, the heavy shots are going to end soon because you've got 2 sheets that just went dry.
Yeah.
The temperature's going to drop in there, and the rocks are just going to feel like they're running on sand.
This one looks like it needs to curl a little bit too, and it's coming over just at the very end. Gets about half the rock, but enough to knock it out. And keep the shooter around, just biting the back 12. It's a little bit off your screen, but I think you can see just the edge of the rock.
Oh, it's
the
still
back
there.
12.
Hang on. We'll just make a minor adjustment for you.
So now you can see that rock in there. It's just biting the back of the house. So Doucette's going to try to draw down to the one on the side 12 again, but he's coming up very light this time. And leaves about a mid-guard. As Rainey pointed out, now that we have 2 sheets off the ice is going to slow down a little bit.
You have to almost wonder if it's going to slow down only on one side of the rink also.
So Jeff's going to try to split the house, so he's going to have one on the left, one in the back, and if they can get it in, they'll have one on the right as well. Sweepers were on it the whole way.
Wow.
And they just drag it into the top 12. Good sweeping. A little fist bump from Peter, the vice. He just threw that rock to his sweepers, saying thank you.
Well, this keeps up, we might end up actually changing the hours forward again.
I'll say, yeah. Well, sheet 1's still kind of tight, but I was gonna say I didn't want to make the joke, but
Still a 3-point difference.
There is a chance that we could speed things up here a little bit by ending all these games early.
Might have some 6
This is headed for an 11 to 2. Yeah, yeah.
So Doucette draws one in. Looks like he's in the top 12, but it looks good enough to be shot rock for the moment. Probably means Jeff's going to try to hit it out.
Mr. Mills tends to be pretty good with his takeouts, so.
Something tells me I don't care if Jeff's worried about losing his one in the back 12, just as long as he gets the yellow one completely out of play.
He could care less about the one in the back 12 at the moment, I'll tell you. I don't even think he cares if he takes the one in the back 12 and he rolls somehow and pops one of the side ones out too.
Just wants to make sure he gets rid of that yellow one.
He's away. What's it look like?
Looks like he hit the broom, and that's starting to curl. It should be
We'll
fine.
go now. And he's got a piece of it.
Oh, he's going to have more than a piece. He's going to get the whole thing. Good, clean takeout. Now it leaves Jeff sitting 4, all in the 12-foot, but at this point, he's just trying to force Doucette to 1.
Yeah, well,
at the worst.
I got a feeling he's thinking back on the last end where Doucette actually was light on both of his draws.
Yeah. And with the ice slowing down even more with sheet 3 coming off.
Exactly. So I don't think he was. I think he was fine with letting him see if he could draw in.
Jeff did leave his one on the top 12 center line, so Doucette could draw behind that if he gets the right weight and line. We'll have a little bit of cover. Still a chance for 2 then. So Doucette's first rock is away.
I don't know about that weight.
And it looks wide too. I don't think he can curl and still outside the sweep line. It's starting to come now.
Yeah, she comes in a lot in the last bit.
But he is a bit heavy.
Oh, he's going to sit up in the back one, isn't he?
He's just going to roll. He's going to bump out that.
Oh.
Sitting on that. Yeah, he's still third shot right now. Second or third.
Second shot. I think that front one is
second or third. Tough to tell with our angle here.
The front one's up a little too much.
The overhead isn't entirely perfect. Either way, he's not sitting shot, so he's not going to be not likely to get 2 at this point unless Jeff just completely misses. And
there's a little better view of the house. There you go. Yeah, this camera is pretty close to being right over the center, and I'm seeing a lot more blue in back than I am in front.
But either way, it's still second shot.
It's still second shot, absolutely.
Jeff has a few options. He can just come down and sit right on top of that to completely eliminate any possibility of that counting at all.
You pop any one of his in a little bit more.
Right.
Yeah.
All Jeff needs to really do is just sit second shot or first or second shot somewhere completely away from his shot rock right now, and he'll be
split the house. Split the house two first and second on opposite sides.
So it looks like he's trying to draw down to the one that Doucette just threw. And if he's light, he's light. Sit somewhere in the top 8 or top 4.
Even if he guards that slot.
Right. Well, he just needs to be in the house. Like, it likes anywhere. anywhere that would be counting right now. That outcounts at Yellowstone. He'll be fine. Sweeping on it, looking for line.
He's starting to curl a lot.
He's
got a piece of that front guard.
They're gonna
Oh,
bump up
oh.
So now he's sitting three.
Three, yeah.
So I think that's a good turnout for Jeff.
Yeah, that would be called splitting the house, wouldn't it? He's wide open down the center. But again, that
so he's gonna force two
sets draws. Even that one was heavy.
And he's
got
to bite the 4.
Yeah, he's got to shoot to the 4-foot, or he's got to bump the one in the 8-foot.
Right. That's what he's looking like. He's calling for is try to draw down to the one on the 8 and bump it out a little bit if he's heavy.
At least that way he's got 4 feet of space. Actually 8 feet of space in which he can cut them down to 1 point if he doesn't get into the 4-foot.
Right.
It's defensive, but it's probably his only shot. There's always take himself out and go for drinks.
Sees the other 2 sheets have done it already.
Yeah, well. And you got to face it. This is a game of, any given Saturday, it's a different person's game.
Yeah, and these guys have been here since Thursday night, so this is probably their 3rd or 4th game even, and it takes a toll on you.
Oh, thank God they're not using corn brooms anymore. They need bandages for everybody's hands.
He looks a bit light again.
Everyone's called out.
Everyone's sweeping. Going to try to drag it. I don't think they can get it to the 4. Looks like top 12, top 8.
Oh, they're going to be measuring, I think.
So Jeff looks like 2 to me, maybe 3. At least 2.
It looks pretty close to 2. It looks like there's...
Vices are looking at it. It looks like it's 2. Just a little quick update on sheet 1 since they're throwing skips rocks in the 6th in. They've kept it pretty clean. There are no guards. Yellow Connigan is getting ready to throw his hammer rock. There is a red rock in the top 4, and there are a yellow and a red biting the back 12. I can't tell who would be second shot at that point, but either way, Connigan's got to throw the hit to knock out the red sitting on the top 4. So I don't know if he does that. I don't know if he'd be 1 or 2. Score 1 or 2. And so here Jeff is playing center line. Looks like it's going to come into the house a little bit. So sheet 1, the rock is away. They're sweeping on it for line really hard as soon as they let go. Looks like they're trying to get a double here, so they must be sitting just, looks like they're just going to get 1 then. Because they were trying to angle off the one on the 4-foot to get the one in the back of the house from the red to sit 2 yellow, but it looks like they just got the 1. They might be measuring though. So it's 1 yellow for sure, and it looks like they're going to measure for the second. Meanwhile, on the feature sheet, looks like Jeff is throwing in his second rock of the end. He's throwing it in to the top 8 on the side. Leaves him sitting 2 and 1 yellow rock already in the back of the house, out of play, essentially. Meanwhile, Doucette looks like he's throwing a hit on the rock that Jeff just threw into the 8-foot, and he's a bit wide again. He's just going to get a little rub on it and knock it into the 4-foot, bite the 4. And they did hang the score on sheet 2. They only gave him 2 points. So it's now 10-2. Mills over Doucette after 5. And they're
Maybe
hanging.
Jeff just didn't want to wait around for the measure.
And it looks like it was only 1 point for Connigan on sheet 1. So he takes 1 in the 6th and now trails 5-3 to Neal. And back on the feature sheet, Jeff's calling just for the guard. Looks like they're trying to sweep for line. That looks like it's probably going to curl in a little too much to stay a guard, but it's going to come into the house too. So he gets a little rub on the one top 8, a little rub on the in-off on the 4-foot, and sits on the just on top of the button. Behind cover. Doucette's looking to come down and just freeze or a small tap on it. Set up for a future shot. Looks like he's coming in a bit heavy, so he's going to try to roll off the one on the side of the 4.
Yep. Oh, he didn't
moves them both a little bit, but he didn't hit it enough. So he bumps the one on that was on the 4-foot behind the tee line to the 8, and it bumps the one that was just biting the button to pretty much fully on the button now. And his shooter sticks around in the full 4 on the top left side. If he tries to hit that angle, hit it, I don't know if he can keep that rock around anymore. Just a bit too heavy. Looks like Jeff's just trying to tap that back as well through the little bit of a hole. The line looks great. Line looks great.
Oh, he does. Oh, didn't push it back enough, though.
Didn't push it back enough, but I think he'll be okay with that.
Still second.
So the yellow is still sitting second shot.
But there's more ways to get it out, though.
Right. I mean, it's already behind the tee, whereas Jeff has 3 rocks in front of the tee line. Pretty much all on the center line. At the button, at the 4 and 8-foot, and at the 12-foot. Looks like Doucette's going to go with a hit here. I think he called control weight. Hard to see from my angle. It's coming out. Line looked pretty good. Needs to curl in a little bit, and it's starting to. Gets one rock, and he just jams it back on the one on the button. So he moves the one on the button and leaves the one he jammed on top of the forefoot. So essentially gets rid of the one on the top of the four for Jeff.
You got a fan.
Jeff looks like he's calling for the takeout on the back four since it's pretty wide open, pretty exposed. Does run a little risk of hitting his own if he's narrow or wide, but. And as his vice was getting ready to throw the stone, he realized he still had his gripper on.
It's about 30 seconds late.
So he takes the gripper off and throws his takeout. Line looks pretty good. Sweepers are on it. I think Jeff's expecting it to curl a little bit, and it's starting to now. And the line looks really good. Oh, just chips his one on the top of the four.
Yes, sir. Uh-oh. So that he's telling everybody what the game's about. Telling them how it's going.
So that shot chipped the one on the top four back to the back eight, and the shooter leaves on the side of the four. Can't quite tell if who's shot rock at this point.
Oh, people's homes. Not just going clubs.
Shot is away. If he's trying for a draw, he's a bit narrow. Sweepers are on it. And they're going to be on the one in the top 12 that's biting the 8 pretty soon, and they're just going to let it die. He turns out light anyway. Leaves a tight guard on the center line. So now Jeff's looking at his angles to try to hit, roll that yellow out. Deciding where to hit and what weight to hit. And he's deciding, let's just try to draw to the button. I don't know, at this point in the game I think I'd stick with the hit, but calls for the draw instead. He's got his sweepers on it. Looks like it might be narrow. It's going to crash on the one on the top 12.
Coming in, isn't it? Here it comes.
And he's just going to crash.
Oh, yeah.
Splits him. Now he has. So Jeff is sitting 5 of the top 6 rocks, but it can't quite tell. Looks like the yellow one is still sitting shot.
Now, what was the original call on that? There's a bump on the red, wasn't
No, he's trying to draw to the button. He was just wanting to draw in.
The way I saw it is, I could only see him calling a bump on the red to move to run back on the yellow.
Right, that's what he was looking at first, but then he changed his mind to just to draw in.
So I was talking to one of our younger fans, someone who didn't quite understand the purpose of a microphone, and because for the most part microphones are embedded in the camera now and not sitting upstairs in our hands.
So now Doucette's looking like he wants to he's going to take his shot at drawing to the button. He's out a little wider, so they shouldn't have any problem crashing on the anything out front. But whether or not it'll curl enough now to...
That's red raisin territory.
Looks like he's got a small, very light handle too, so that might have had a little bit to do with it. Very, very minimal rotations. Taps the red back even further.
That's a dangerous position. Doesn't take much to pop it over and push the red back into shot rock.
So I still think yellow's sitting shot, but it's close. So now Jeff and Peter are looking at what they want to do again, and looks like they might be trying to call the hit. Throw from the center line out to it. And I think if they hit the red, that should...
You know, this might sound stupid, but try this. If you hit this yellow up here, straight back, right, almost no matter where you hit it, the connection here is going to drive this one through, probably knock that one out. So that should leave them sitting at least, well, depending on what happens with this yellow. But if you could hit it on if you hit the yellow on the inside, you could be sitting 5 again.
Looks like he's just going to try to straight hit the yellow, though.
It's no fun.
I know, when you're up 10-2, you're supposed to be having fun, aren't you?
It's curling. You've got to live with the guilt of it.
Looks like he changed his line, though. So he might be going for it now.
It looks more like a draw. Maybe. Yeah,
it might be a draw. Usually if they...
Well,
knowing Jeff, if he's going to throw
seconds. It. 3, 2.
If he's going to throw a hit, he would have...
That's drawish. Yeah.
Knowing Jeff, if he would have thrown a hit, he would have had the broom out to the rock that he was trying to hit.
Yeah, he's not motivated by greed like some of us.
So it's a little tight, but they might get it around, and it's just going to crash on the guard.
Oh, but that kept him from getting another one, though.
So that guards up the board at least. And Doucette's looking to try to figure out exactly who shot. They're not entirely sure either. So it looks like he's going to try to the angle raise is his first thought, but they're talking about it with his team.
Every end in this game is looking like a demographics map with all the little pins on it. The amount of rocks in play every time is amazing.
So here comes his attempt at the angle raise. He's got to get the right weight and the right angle on this. Looks very, very narrow. He's already on the rock.
Just kind of noticed they're down to one sweeper on this.
Yeah, one of their sweepers I kind of ran away. Maybe he's
just
getting thirsty.
They now have two. Oh, they're crashing it. Oh, boy.
And so now he promotes one of Jeff's rocks to definitely being shot rock.
That's not good.
So now Jeff will have his last rock. So Jeff is definitely sitting 1, maybe 2. But either way, he's not going to be greedy. He's just going to try to throw that guard.
Oh, Jeff, I hope you're ready to buy top shelf, so.
He's coming from the other turn this time, so they haven't thrown that ice in a while. But it looks like Doucette is just going to go ahead and concede this one, and he's offering handshakes before Jeff even throws his final rock.
At this point, at best, he could pick up 1, and that's if the gods came down to move the stones.
So they already, so they go handshakes on that. So that just leaves sheet 1 as the only game left in play, and they are in the 7th inning with Neil leading Connigan 5-3. Connigan just throws his final rock, but it looks like he's throwing it through the house. It sits around on the back 12, biting the back 12. Looks like Neil is definitely sitting 1. and maybe even 2 or 3 at this point. It's tough to tell because we don't have the overhead angles for sheet 1.
No, we don't.
So we don't have any overhead angles, and it's on the far end. And this will be Neil's hammer throw here. He's got one in the top 8, top 4 for sure. He's got one in the back 12, but I think that one is definitely a second shot. But then there are 2 out front between red and yellow that I can't quite tell who's third. And so his final rock is away. The sweepers are on it. Weight looks pretty good. So it looks like they're going to get 2, 3, maybe even 4. Now they're hanging up the score. They do get 3. So Neil leads Connigan now 8-3 after 7.
I had a large glass.
And Neil has decided to throw through with his lead stones to start the 8th. Connigan looking for something in the house. He's got to score 5 to tie. Stone's looking a little light. It's going to be a guard. Three sweepers are on it, but it is a 3 guard on the corner just inside the sweep line. So now it looks like Neil's going to try to do the fancy split the guard. He's calling for back 8 weight and just trying to chip it in the corner. Needs to curl. Now it's starting to curl. I'm sure if he flashes it, he wouldn't mind too much. But he just gets a little piece and moves it to the outside of the sweep line. And his shooter rolls out. It's a little more weight than he wanted. He was calling for back 8 weight. He just chips the guard and rolls out. So now Connigan has a guard on the outside of the sweep line, looking for a draw in at this point, behind that guard. Rock is away. It looks a bit heavy, if anything. And Neil's going to pounce on it as it crosses the tee line, and it just sticks around in the back of the house. So now Neil's just going to go into full peel mode with the now that the free guard zone is up,
Well,
and the seconds are throwing.
Even if it wasn't, he was taking out the back one.
Right. Just needs to eliminate 4 of Connigan's rocks to ice the game, and looks like he's flashed both.
Wow. That was a tight one, too.
So a flash on the first peel attempt, and Connigan's going to try to draw in another one. It's sweepers run it. Looks a little tight and a little light.
Yeah, it's light. It's very light. It's looking guard weight at best. And straight up on the existing guard.
So he's just gonna, he's just gonna touch the existing corner guard. So now he's got them stacked up. Neil's calling for the double peel, since they are corner frozen to each other. Shot is away. They're sweeping on it. Now they're off. This one looks like it's definitely going to hit something.
Oh, yeah.
And they just chip out one.
Yeah. Well, this is an outside sheet, and there's a lot of movement towards the wall, even on heavy shots coming home.
Yeah.
We saw what was peel weight, and it moved,
about 2 feet?
Yeah. It's not what you expect at that speed.
So they just chip out the one guard, so they still have a corner guard and the rock on the back 12 for Connigan. He's looking to draw in a second shot.
That's got a lot more weight than before.
This one looks really heavy.
Yeah.
He's going to crash, so he might split him in.
Oh, no, he just blew one out.
But he's going to lose both. So he crashes on the guard, and the guard goes out the side, and the shot goes out the back.
It's still in, but it's never going to see a point.
Yeah, it's just resting on the back line in the corner.
And it just got given up. Connigan just threw it out, so can't blame him. Where it was nothing but something to trip over.
Connigan's already starting to clean up the rocks, because if this takeout is made, the game is mathematically over.
Well, it's a thing called new math.
And the takeout is made, and they are out of stones. So we have handshakes. Neil over Connigan.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go get some supper, and we're going to be back on the air when the next draw starts. We've got Collier Clark, we've got Lehner and Shave, Brzezinski and Syphilis, and we're not sure who's on sheet 1 yet because they haven't changed the names yet, but they're about to. So we'll have the draws up, and we'll bring you again. We'll be bringing you Brzezinski and Syphilis on sheet 2 again, because it's the one we can do. It's what we do. So thank you for having us, and we'll be back soon. Thank you.